Hi, this is Kamil here from kamilsview.com. In this video, this is actually my third video about making a CV, a successful CV. I'd like to give you some additional pointers. Okay, let's start from things that people sometimes I hear ask, for example, when they are in other countries, they say, oh, how do I make an Italian CV? Or how do I make an artistic CV? Or for this industry, for example. Well, there is no such a thing as a particular CV, like there's no Japanese CV, there is no, I don't know, professional CV, or I don't know, some other CV. There are only two types of CVs. One type is the one that gets you the interview, and the other one that doesn't. That's it, remember, your CV needs to get you an interview, okay, nothing else. Now, how you do it, it's up to you, because that depends on your situation and on your industry, on people you speak with, whether it's a big company, small company, whether they have HR department, or whether it's an agency. So you need to think about this. Now, making a CV, of course, as I said before, it's a long process. If you wanted to have a good CV, well, you need to spend many hours, 10, 20 hours maybe. Now, there is a trap. Do not actually neglect job hunting itself. While you are working on your CV, don't forget to make those phone calls, okay? Because 70–80% of jobs are not advertised anywhere. You can only find them by either calling the company or calling your friends who may have heard about something, who may have something in the companies where they work. So make sure that you call, that you apply for the job, you search the internet. Once you call and someone says, okay, we've got a vacancy, they have a short discussion with you, say, yeah, it's brilliant for me, and they say, okay, can you get us a CV? And you say, yeah, sure, is it okay if I send it tomorrow as I'm still working on it? I'm sure they will say, okay, you will have one day to make any kind of CV, just, you know, you have already established the relationship with the person speaking, you will be prioritized, especially if you send the CV and call them again and say, have you received my CV? Can you have a quick look and tell me if this is okay, or you want me to add something else? So do not forget about this. Okay, some other things to remember about CVs is data protection. Your CV is not data protected in the UK, at least. That's why it might not be a good idea to put any references on your CV. That's why people say on the CV available upon request, because you don't want to give away other people's details, right? Okay, also you might want to be careful with the details of yourself that you give, your address, phone number. Obviously you need to give your phone number or an email address, but you might not give that the full home address. You can just give them postcode or just the name of the street, for example. It's up to you. Okay, let's have a look at an example CV. Here we have a fictional person, Kevin Smith. What does it look like to you? Do you like this CV, the layout? Well, I would say it's pretty alright, but it's kind of dull. Yeah, the name is not kind of standing out. We have various fonts here, which is not really recommended. And also here it's written with sentences like, I went to college and achieving something and something. Do not use sentences in your CV. Yeah? Make them actually as precise as possible. So, as I said before, name of the school and what you achieved there, what kind of degree you got, and when was it, possibly, if necessary. Okay, here's another version of CV of this guy. Looks a bit better. Yeah, the name is kind of stands out. We've got address, email, profile. Again, profile, very important. Do not use full sentences. Write about yourself as a third person, and try not to use sentences. So no verbs, just saying an effective and proactive professional who has developed a strong background in retail and customer service. That's how you put it. Do not say I am, and no, nothing like this. Right. If you've got lots of jobs, now, for example, in this CV, there aren't so many, it's okay. But for example, in my CV that you can see in my previous videos, I have a lot of jobs, so I use 2 pages. But then I thought about this. Maybe it's actually unnecessary. I should probably list the 3 most recent ones, and then the others just only mention them from a title. I shouldn't really write any more details, because it's not really relevant. My biggest kind of achievements are already mentioned in case of my CV in those 3 top jobs, and any other information is just distraction. So remember, my objective if I write and send the CV is to get a job. So I want the person to read it, get interested, not bored, and call me straight away and say, okay, can I have you on the interview? I'd like to find out more about you. I can see you've got lots of jobs, and also I'd like to maybe this person might say, I'd like to find out about the other jobs that you did, could you quickly tell me about this? So you give them some kind of incentive to call you to find out what were those jobs about. Well, some people might actually disregard it and say, he didn't give any details of the other jobs. Well, it's your risk. You need to figure out what will work for you or not. You know, you cannot predict what the other person will do with your CV, but you can increase the chances. And don't forget to have someone proofread it for you. So give it to a friend, to a neighbor, even to a stranger, or let's say someone who don't know very well, just your own speaking terms. It might be best because you might have missed something very important. Well, I hope that was helpful, and now go and ask me some questions on my blog. If you go to camilsview.com and look for videos about CVs or resumes, as you call them in the United States, and I'll be glad to help you. You can also leave comments under the video on YouTube, which is fine as well, but I prefer on my blog, so that would be great if you could do it. Cheers.